A Muslim man was caught in a dilemma where he faced two choices, both of which were honorable. This man was the manager of one of the largest hotels in Egypt. The hospitality industry in Egypt is one of the most competitive in the world, so this manager always strived to provide the best possible service in his hotel. He paid attention to the smallest details, set the budget priorities, observed his staff, and got personally involved whenever a problem occurred. He was very good at his job. Because of this, he was highly valued by his superiors. However, there was one element of the job that galled him, a duty that he felt ashamed over. In any large hotel in Egypt, serving alcoholic drinks is a must. He knew that serving alcohol is haram. It is forbidden by Allah, and whatever money comes from it is not blessed but haram. But it was part of the job and had to be taken care of, regardless of how he felt towards it. Time went by. He performed his job admirably, but this business of selling alcohol was eating him up inside. Finally, he decided to go to one of the well-known Egyptian sheikhs and ask his advice. After arranging for an appointment to meet this sheikh, he met him and explained the problem. The sheikh, without hesitation, said, "You must leave the job." That was not enough of an answer for the manager. He explained to the sheikh, "This is the only job I know. I have been working in this field all my life. I don't know what else to do. I have a wife and children to take care of. I can't just leave the job and be unemployed and penniless like so many others in Egypt." The sheikh replied, "Did you come to me thinking that I might give you permission to do what Allah forbids? Leave this job for the sake of Allah." The man, not knowing what to do, said, "But I have a family to take care of. I'm their only source of money. How will I feed my children if I leave the job? I won't be able to provide them with the simplest needs of life. What shall I do?" The sheikh reminded the manager of a verse from the Quran, "And whoever is conscious of Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him from where he does not expect. And whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him." The man returned to the hotel, knowing that he had to make the most difficult decision of his life. He knew now that this job would not satisfy Allah. As frightened as he was for his future, he was not willing to lose his faith and lose the hereafter because of a job. But he trembled when he thought of the risk he was taking and the fear of what the future might hold for him and his family. At the hotel, the manager went about his job looking normal on the outside, but inside, he was thinking furiously, considering. Then he made his decision. He decided to quit the job with no regrets. He became convinced that this was the right thing to do. With a strong faith and an absolute trust in Allah, he made a plea to the heavens, "O Allah, I trust you, and I'm doing this only for you. I know you will make for me a way out, so please help me." He hurried to his office, sat at his desk, and began writing his resignation. As he was writing, the phone in front of him rang. It was his superior at the corporate office calling with news. The manager was stunned and could hardly believe the news he heard. He was informed that he had been promoted and would no longer be responsible for managing this hotel. Instead, he would manage a new hotel located in Medina, the city of our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and right next to the Masjid of the Prophet. Of course, being in Saudi Arabia, this new hotel sold no alcohol. His dua had been answered in a heartbeat, from one moment to the next. Before he even finished the letter of resignation, the man was promoted. Till this day, the man is still the manager of the hotel in Medina. Look back into your life. Think of all the challenges you faced and the emotions you've experienced. Think back to the moment where you thought, "I can't do this," where you had no hope and saw no solution. Maybe it was trying to get through your exams. Maybe it was problems with finding a job. Maybe it was financial difficulties, or even relationship problems. While I was still an undergraduate, I had a dream about working for a multinational company. And if you were to ask me 2 years ago about accomplishing my ambition, I would have told you impossible. There was no hope for me, and it would continue being an unachievable dream. Fast forward a couple of years, and what then seemed impossible has now become a reality. And here I am working for not just any pharmaceutical industry, but the exact one I dreamt about. I can confidently say that none of this came from me. Rather, it came from the one who decreed it. When I think about those years and every problem I've encountered, I think of one important concept of life: reliance on Allah. It's a mindset where you accept everything that comes your way: the storms, the hurdles, the twisted and confusing pathways. If you accept it because you know that Allah is going to guide you through it, it is to know that His plans supersede yours, that He knows better and will only give what is best for you. It is to know that He is strengthening you to develop better character, and that He is continuously giving you opportunities to earn your spot in paradise. It is to let go of the steering wheel of your life and have full trust that Allah will take you the right way. When I think about applying the concept of tawakkul in my life, I commonly refer back to the story of the mother of the Prophet Musa, peace be upon him. She was ordered by Allah to place her son in the river at a time where Pharaoh was killing all the male children to protect his power. What struck me deeply about this story is the firm belief and reliance she had in Allah. She was not aware of what was going to happen to her child and what Allah's plan was. Nevertheless, she placed her beloved son into the basket and watched as he floated out of her control and out of her sight. I reflect upon just how beautiful the words of Allah were at this moment when He said, "Do not fear and do not grieve." In these very words, I feel comforting me every time I face a calamity. In the end, as we know, Allah did in fact return Musa, peace be upon him, to his mother. In this, we also learn that sometimes, in order to gain, we have to let go for a while and trust that although the path we're taking might seem harder than planned, in the end Allah will always return what was meant to be ours. It's only when we realize this profound wisdom that we can truly appreciate how much Allah loves us. Then there's the story of Musa, peace be upon him, himself, the heart-crushing moment when he stood in front of the vast Red Sea with the Israelites, while the army of Pharaoh was fast approaching behind them. The Israelites had no hope and have been recorded in the Quran as saying, "Indeed, we are to be overtaken." Musa, peace be upon him, however, displayed true tawakkul in Allah and understood that in this very moment, he will, without a doubt, help his messenger. And thus, the sea split in half with Allah's permission. Now, let me talk about us for a moment. The problem with you and I is that when we face a calamity, when our plans fall apart, and we see no light at the end of the tunnel, we lose hope in Allah. We stress, we cry out, and we fall on our knees because we believe that there is simply no way out. We lose patience and somehow, incredibly, forget that Allah is capable of all things, even if our minds can't comprehend this. Didn't Allah provide a way out for every single prophet that came? Did He not provide for the people that came before you? Is He not providing for the people around you? If He provides even for the birds that soar through our skies or insects buried deep underground, what makes you think Allah won't do the same for you? He created you. He knows your every need, takes care of every necessity, and is closer to you than your own jugular vein. Just like Allah split the sea for Musa, peace be upon him, so too can He easily split the gigantic oceans of hopelessness that lie in front of you. In life, if there's one thing I'd like you to reflect upon from my story, something that sums it all up for me, it's one beautiful statement that continues to resonate in my heart from none other than Hazrat Umar al-Khattab: "My heart is at ease knowing that what was meant for me will never miss me, and what misses me was never meant for me." Thanks for watching. If you liked today's video, then subscribe for more. Until next time.